All right, thank you guys. Great organization. Love what they do, and the volunteers, of course, always great to see that, making that machine work well out there, and we love to see that. Hey, let me show you some of these beautiful fall cameras here because they're not so beautiful unless you like this type of weather. This is kind of fall-like weather when you've got the clouds, the off-and-on rain showers, some fog in the higher elevations, and yes, those leaves that continue to change colors out there, so we love to see it. Let me show you some pictures here sent in from Scott Taylor of the Wasatch Mountains. You can see some of the nice colors. This is from the drone looking overhead. Again, just some beautiful colors showing up there in the Wasatch Mountains. Glad to get a great glimpse of that. And if you want to see that, maybe go ahead on and head up that way here over the next couple of weeks as we continue to make our way towards the peak season. Here's another shot sent in from Chet. This is of the Cedar Breaks area, and you can see again the beautiful golden leaves that we have out there, the clouds making it look like we've got fire in the background, but that's just some of those clouds and that sunshine out there. But still, beautiful shot showing up there. And then let me show you the shot here. Jared Christensen sending this in from the Delta area. If you're thinking about making a drive, even down towards the West Desert area, notice we've got some beautiful golden leaves and beautiful fall colors starting to show up. So speaking of that drive, the fall foliage drive here, let's talk about your scenic routes update. If you want to go try to capture some of these beautiful fall leaves, again, we've got some moderate color up towards Logan Canyon. If you're going to be heading over towards the State Route 148, the Cedar Breaks area, this again just to the east of Cedar City. Again, we're at that high color. How about peak color right now is occurring on State Route 150 there at the Mirror Lake Highway. So you may want to head up that way right now and check that out there, at least here before we start to lose those leaves as the winds start to pick up, the winds of change, and we start to get more and more of these cold fronts starting to make their way on into the area. Hey, speaking of fall, we're going to get our first significant fall-like taste of air, I think, moving into the area in the coming days. Now today it feels pretty chilly out there with temperatures in the 50s right now with the clouds and the rain, but we're going to warm it back up as we go into our Wednesday and Thursday, so don't be fooled. It's definitely going to be what we would call false fall out there for us as we go throughout the next few days as we warm it back up, but a true trough of low pressure will start to dip into the northwest as we get into the end of the week, and by the weekend that moves over to Beehive State. You'll notice there, yeah, we're going to start to see some big cool down temperatures heading our way. We're talking highs only in the 60s for several days here across the northern half of the state, 40s across the area for overnight lows, but 50s and 30s in the higher elevations. And as you can see, we've got some fall-like air that looks to stick around through the first few days of October as well. All right, quick check of Futurecast here showing us here we've got the rain out there. That'll continue through this afternoon. Maybe some high Uinta Mountain snow coming up, and then it tapers off by the time we get towards later this evening. St. George, mid-80s, a chance of thunderstorms today. Otherwise, upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday. Look at that, the 70s, dare I say it, by the weekend. The Wasatch Front, that's 71. That was this morning, probably staying in the 50s and 60s for the rest of the day with showers off and on. Near 80 on Thursday, and then here comes our first taste of significant fall-like weather as we head towards the weekend. Guys?